Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Saturday morning practice. Good morning, Rebecca. We'll be spending the next hour and a half together. And for those of you who are here the first time, this is a combination of exercise, meditation, practice. It will be divided into three parts, basically. The first part is about stretching. The second part is about joint exercise. And then the last part, we alternate between week. And this week is the breathing exercise. In between, we will have a meditation. The first meditation is a 7-minute sitting meditation. The second one is a metta meditation, loving kindness. And then we'll do the last sitting before the end of class. So what I want you to do now is I want you to focus your mind onto this body, mind, body together. Focus on your spine, stretch your spine, focus on your shoulder, open your shoulder, and then relax your shoulder. We're going to do 3 deep breaths. So I want you to focus on the center of your palm. Bring your hands together, locking the fingers. Put that right below the belly button. There's an energy point here called the C of Qi. I want you to take a deep breath, very slow, steady deep breath, all the way from here to here. This is another energy point called the middle of being, which connects the yang energy with the yin energy. So when I say yang, I meant the energy that is influenced by the sun. When I say yin, it's the energy that's influenced by the absence of the sun. So as you take a deep breath, raise your hand and then also raise your body. As you take a out breath, I want you to be looking up at your hands. And then when you finish, I want you to look straight ahead again, okay? Just follow me. Get ready. Breathe in. Breathe out. Stretch your arm, lock your elbow, feel the stress on your fingers and your wrists. Now look straight ahead, open the fingers, unlock the fingers. Imagine you have 2 big rocks on the side. I want you to use as much strength as you have and just climb the mountain while locking the elbow. And then when you get down to the here, I want you to relax. Lock your fingers again, return to zero. Another deep breath, breathe in. And then breathe out. Lock your fingers, lock your elbow, look straight ahead, climb with as much as strength as you possibly can. Feel the stress on your elbow and your shoulder. Back again, one last time. Sit up straight, starting at right below the belly button. Breathe in. And then breathe out. Look straight ahead. Climb the mountain. Now, I want you to be aware that that was dynamic, and now we'll come back to static. When we're moving, we focus on the body. When we don't move, we focus on the breath. I want you to just focus on your breathing. Just know that you're breathing. I know I'm breathing in. I know I'm breathing out. We'll continue to stretching. Back again, locking the fingers, palm facing up, palm facing down. Stretch until you lock your elbow. Look straight ahead. Focus on the center of your palm. Bring it up. Feel the stress on your finger and your wrist. Bring it all the way to the top of the head and a little back, a little bit further back so you feel the stress on your shoulder. Now, I want you to focus on the bottom of your spine. From the bottom of your spine to the top of your head to the top of your hand, the center of your palm, I want you to form a straight line. And then I want you to push up and then lean back, hold, come back to the middle. Push, lock your elbow, lean to the left, hold, come back to the middle. Stretch to the right, hold, come back to the middle. Stretch to the left, come back to the middle. One last time, stretch, and then to the right, come back to the middle. Now I want you to focus on the center of your palm, come back together with your mind, and then relax once again, coming back to the restorative, focusing on your breathing, one breath at a time. Focus on your breathing, starting with just knowing. I know I'm breathing in. I can feel my in breath. I know I'm breathing out. I can feel my out breath. Always relax on the out breath. Okay, continue. Open the shoulder. Relax that shoulder. Taking your right palm, put that on your left shoulder. Lean back your forehead so you're looking straight ahead. You can feel the stress on your right shoulder. Now take your left hand, grab your right shoulder, right elbow. Okay, now stretch your spine and then lean to the left, all the way to the left. And come back. The other hand, look straight ahead. Don't look down. Okay, grab your left elbow, stretch to the right, and then relax back to the restorative. Always understand that you're either in the energetic or in the restorative. Energetic means fight or flight. Restorative means rest and digest. Back to the breathing, one breath at a time. Okay, now open your shoulder again. Always open your shoulder. Always relax your shoulder. Okay, now take your left hand, palm facing up, and then your right hand, put that between your fingers and your palm. Sit up straight and push out the hip and then lean back the upper body. Bring your hands down, very relaxed. Now focus on your left elbow, push, lock, eyes forward. Use your elbow to bring up your left hand. Feel the stress on your wrists and your fingers. Bring it all the way to eyebrow. Now, without turning the body, look straight ahead. Take the left arm and then bend it, stretch it to the right, and then come back. Unlock your elbow, relax. Sit up straight, push your elbow, your hip forward, and lean back your upper torso. Right hand, left hand. Bring it down, push your elbow, lock your elbow, eyes forward. Use your elbow to push up your hand, lock your elbow, feel the stress on your finger and your wrist. Bring that to your right without turning your upper torso all the way. And then come back. And then relax. Once again, back to the restorative, focusing on your breathing, one breath at a time. Okay, so we will go from the energetic to the restorative, back to the energetic again, back to the restorative. Okay, this is very important. This is very important. So this class is named after super aging, which means that much of our exercise is to prevent premature aging. Premature aging comes from chronic inflammation, right? And so we'll continue to explain that for those of you who are here the first time. And now open your shoulder, relax your shoulder. You know that drill, right? Now take your right palm face up to the sky. Take your left palm face up to the earth. Open your shoulder. Now focus on your right palm. Push as if you're pushing the sky. You're supporting the sky. Push all the way. Lock your elbow. Now focus on your left palm. Push the earth down. So now all the way. Lock the elbow. Now take your right arm, lean back the right arm, and then turn to the left until you get to the shoulder. Stop, but keep turning your eye as if you're looking at your back. Now bring back your eyes, and then bring back your head, and then very gently release the stress. And then now go the other side. Open your shoulder, push up, lock your elbow, push down, lock your elbow. Take your left arm, lean back, then turn to the right, stop at the shoulder, keep turning your eyes until as if you're looking at your back. Bring back your eyes, bring back your head, and then very gently relax. Back to the restorative, one breath at a time. I know I'm breathing in. I know I'm breathing out. One breath at a time. Okay, now we're going to do some stretching in the back. Okay, the back is the part of your body that's facing the sun. This is where all the yang energy travels. So open your shoulder, relax your shoulders, stretch your spine, and then relax. Now take your two hands, lock them together, palm facing up, put that on your lower back. Flip so that the palm is facing down. Push until you lock your elbow. Focus on top of your head. Okay, now push the top of the head towards the sky, and then at the same time push the palm towards the earth. One up, one down. Stretch, and then relax. Now focus on your forehead. Bring your head back, and then bring your arms up. And then relax. Back to the breathing. Very important. Back to the breathing. Focus on your breathing. Examine your breath. See if you're huffing and puffing. Examine your heartbeat. Slow it down. Bring it back to the um, rest and digest. Okay. Now open your shoulder. Relax. Take your right palm. Put that on your spine. 2 fingers pointing to the lower back. Lean back the forehead so you're looking straight ahead. You feel the stress on your right shoulder. Focus on the right shoulder. Bring up your right shoulder. Stretch. And then relax. Take the other hand. Point that to the lower back. Lean back the forehead so you're putting stress on the left shoulder. Now focus on the left shoulder and stretch up. And then relax back to the restorative. Focus on your breathing. One breath at a time. I know I'm breathing in. I know I'm breathing out. Open the shoulder. Relax the shoulder. Take your right hand, back of the hand at the lower back. 2 fingers pointing to the left shoulder. Now focus on the right shoulder. Okay, now lean back your forehead so you're looking straight ahead. Okay. All right. Now focus on your right shoulder and stretch your right shoulder down. And relax. Take the other hand. Okay. Sit up straight, looking straight ahead. Focus on your left shoulder and bring your left shoulder down. Now here comes the hard part. 2 hands touching. Looking straight ahead. Okay. Looking straight ahead. 2 shoulders. Right shoulder up, left shoulder down. One up, one down. And then relax the other hand. Sit up straight, looking straight ahead. 2 shoulders. Left shoulder up, right shoulder down. And then relax back to the restorative. Very important. One breath at a time. I know I'm breathing in. I know I'm breathing out. Here comes the finale. It's called the reverse Buddha. Open the shoulder, relax the shoulder. Push out your hip, lean back upper torso. 2 hands, center the palm touching, fingers touching. Put that on your lower back, fingers pointing down. Fingers pointing up, bring it up. And try to maintain the center of your palm touching each other. Now, looking straight ahead, okay? Use your palm to push out your body. Use your shoulder to lean back, one forward, one backward. Now focus on your breathing. I know I'm breathing in. Calm down. I know I'm breathing out. One breath at a time. Okay, now very gently lower your hand. We're going to sit for 7 minutes, okay? Now, I talk about premature aging. I talk about chronic inflammation being the reason for premature aging. And then now I'm going to talk about why you would have chronic inflammation. The body is designed to heal itself, okay? It's the greatest inventions of the world. The body is designed to heal itself, and it heals inflammation with steroid, a natural steroid called cortisol. It's also called the stress hormone. So when you're under stress, the adrenal gland puts out stress hormone. It shuts down all the unnecessary parts of the body, such as your saliva gland. It shuts down your digestions, shut down your reproductions, shut down your immune system. When you're under stress all the time, like all modern human beings do now, is that you lose sensitivity to the steroid. So the body doesn't know how to heal itself. And that's why you have inflammation, chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation of the brain leads to dementia. Chronic inflammation of the vessel leads to heart attack or stroke. Similarly with diabetes and all the modern disease. Okay. And so what we're trying to do here is we're trying to restore that harmony between the two autonomous systems, the parasympathetic versus the sympathetic. The sympathetic is the fight or flight. That's when you have stress hormone. And then the parasympathetic is the rest and digest. And that's when you dissipate the stress hormone and restore the sensitivity to the steroid. So when we exercise, we're very uh, mindful of maintaining the harmony. So for every energetic exercise, we give equal time to the restoration. Okay, and that's the unfortunate part of the westernized yoga. The westernized yoga is more about selling leotards. It's not a practice. The original practice, or even today, as it's practiced in India, is part hatha yoga, which is the energetic part, and part meditation. So be mindful of that and try to look for an instructor that understands that can teach you all 8 limbs of yoga. It's a spiritual practice. It's not a merchandising um, endeavor. But in any case, right now we're going into a meditation, and the meditation is mainly about learning how to breathe with your abdomen. You don't breathe your element. There's nothing here that actually breathe. But we just call it that because what we're trying to do is trying to maximize the use of your diaphragm. So when you use your diaphragm and you breathe in, the diaphragm push down, it expands the abdomen. And when you breathe out, the opposite happens. And it turns out that um, learning how to increase your lung capacity, learning how to use your diaphragm, massaging the internals has a measurable effect. It improves what is called heart rate variability. Heart rate variability means that a person, a human being, a healthy human being should have variability between the heart rate when you're breathing in and when you're breathing out. When you breathe in, that's energetic. When you breathe out, that's restorative. And when there's no difference, then that means that there's problem. There's actually disorder in your autonomous system. So here we're going to do 7 minutes worth of abdominal breathing, but at the same time, we're also practicing mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness of the body, mindfulness of the feeling, for right now, we're focusing on mindfulness of the body, but the body includes not just the body, but all things that are physical, like the eyes, the nose, the tongue, the ears, the body, and the brain. So we're going to learn how to rest your eyes, rest your nose, rest your tongue, rest your ear, and rest your brain. The brain is the intellect. The intellect is just a small portion of your entire intellectual system. The rest of it is in your spine. The spine is about feeling. I want you to feel your body. I want you to divide your body into 7 parts. First are the legs. Think about yourself as a bell. You sit like the bell, you stand like the pine tree, you walk like the wind, and you lie down like the bow, like in bow and arrow. Sit like the bell means that your legs are like the pedestal. If you sit on the chair, make sure that the bottom of your feet are touching the floor. When you sit like I do, make sure your knees and your thighs are actually touching your sitting mat. And if they're not touching, put a blanket or pillow because we don't want to use muscle right now. We want to support the weight of a body, not with the muscle, but with the skeleton. So first are the legs. Legs are the pedestal. Needs to be nice and firm and relaxed. The seconds are the hands. I want you to just relax your hands. If you want to do mudra, you can do mudra. Just don't lift it up, okay? Just don't use any muscles. Be completely relaxed. Now, the third part is the most important part. That's your spine. I want you to focus on your spine, starting at the very bottom of your spine. Go up to the top of your head. And then I want you to stretch that spine as if you're hanging that spine onto the ceiling. Your spine is the center part of your bell, it's the clapper. It needs to be hanging from the ceiling. Stretch until it hurts. Now I want you to lean back. Lean back as if You're going to fall over. And just at that point, I want you to relax. Now, what happened is that the weight of your body is supported by the skeleton, using as little muscle as possible. The fourth part is your shoulder. I want you to open that shoulder, and then I want you to relax the shoulder. The fifth part is the head. The head represents about 20% of your body weight. It's amazing. And right now, you're using your back, the back of your neck to support your head. So I want you to lean back, your forehead, put the weight of your head on top of the spine as if you're balancing a bowling ball on a bamboo stick. Your ears should be on top of the shoulder. The back of the neck should be touching the collar. Okay. Now, once you do that, then I want you to focus on your chin. I want you to tuck in your chin a little bit. So you're actually looking at the floor. The top of the head is a very important energy point. It's called 100 meet. It's facing the sky. The last two part has to do with the eyes and the tip of your tongue. I want you to relax your forehead, relax between your eyebrow, relax your eyelid. Think about your child when they were young, or your grandchild, or your niece, or whoever, a little baby that's sleeping. They don't shut the eye, they just relax the eyelid. So when you relax your eyelid, you actually see light coming through your eyelashes. You can barely see your knee and the floor. That's what you want. Finally, I want you to re-energize, reactivate your saliva gland. When you're in the energetic mode, when the body is full of stress hormone, the first thing it does is to shut off the saliva gland. That's why you notice that more modern people, they have to walk around with a bottle of water. The dry, the mouth is always dry. You never see that in the back in the old days, right? Because right now people are under so much stress that the mouth is always dry. So I want you to learn to self dehydrate by closing your mouth, relax your jaw, and then take the tip of the tongue and just rest it right between the teeth and the roof of your mouth. It's actually right behind this energy point right here called the center of being. This is where the yang energy comes down and then it flows through your tongue and then to the rest of the body for the yin energy. So just leave it there. Right away, you can feel that there's slivers in your mouth. And then now so this is the 7 points. All 7 parts need to be properly uh, placed and relaxed. And then the very last part has to do with your mental state, which is I want you to be very, very grateful. Everything starts with being very, very grateful. The gratitude is the most important part in our spiritual practice. Be very grateful to this body. Be very grateful to your health. This body of yours is actually your partner. It's your life partner. Okay. So I want you to be very grateful for it. I want you to be very grateful for your family, your parents, your spouse, or your significant others, your children, your siblings. Be very grateful to your neighbors. Very grateful for the first responders. Just be very grateful. Find some reasons to be very grateful. And then bring that smile onto your face. Lift up the corner of your mouth. And as if you're just enjoying this. In fact, you have to enjoy this. Okay, now we're going to learn how to sit properly for 7 minutes. I keep saying knowing. That's the first step. I know that I'm breathing in. I know that I'm breathing out. If you don't know that you're breathing, then we have a lot more work to do, okay? But at least you should know that you're breathing. I know I'm breathing in. I know I'm breathing out. From knowing, we go to anchoring. That's the second step. We need to anchor our mind onto someplace. Why is it so important that we learn how to anchor our mind? Anchoring means mindfulness. That's what mindfulness means. It's just anchoring your mind somewhere. Imagine that you're just a little boat. Back in Macau, where I was born, we have this thing called a sampan, just a boat. And you're in the middle of the storm. The storm is like your anger. It's just all of a sudden you're consumed by the storm of anger. And you need to anchor your mind as if you want to anchor that boat, because otherwise the storm, the anchor or storm would flip your boat, right? It would just be like you'd be so consumed by this anger, anxiety, and all that. So it's very important that you learn how to anchor your mind. And right now, I just want you to learn how to anchor it onto your belly button. When you know that you're breathing in, I want you to bring that belly button all the way across the room. When you know that you're breathing out, I want you to bring that belly button all the way to the back, as if you're collapsing your stomach. When you breathe in, forward, you notice your stomach follows. When you breathe out, you go back. When you breathe in, you go forward. That's all you need to do. So for 7 minutes, we're going to learn to do something called intentional breathing. Focus on your belly button. Breathe in, move forward. Breathe out, move back. Now, your brain is not going to let you do that. Okay? Your brain is going to want to do something else. It will want to do whatever it wants to do. And this is the part that needs discipline. I don't want you to beat your body into submission. I just want you to understand your body. When your mind goes somewhere else, just tell it, please come back. I want you to come back. I need you here. And just come back for one breath only. Invite your brain to come back. Focus on your belly button. One breath. Breathe in, forward. Breathe out, backward. And then when you're done with one breath, ask your brain very gently, could we do another one? And then just do another one at a time, okay? So this is actually very, very important for your mind. It's also very important for your body. Learn how to do abdominal breathing. Has been proven scientifically to improve heart rate variability, and then has proven scientifically to reduce your chance of having dementia or even reverse it. Breathe in, breathe out. One breath at a time. Focus on your belly button. Relax your brain. Keep checking your body. Divide it into 7 parts. Maintain the proper sitting posture. Make sure that you're not leaning forward, you're not hunching your back. Make sure that your heads are pointing straight up. Relax your brain. Let go of your intellect. Focus on the rest of the intelligence system, which is feel your breath, feel your body. Feel, but don't judge. Open your eyes. So here you're going to hear me talk about um, intellect versus intelligence. Okay, often we confuse the two. Intellect is just all about the brain. It's just how we learn about our surrounding, and we develop a skill, a survival skill to discriminate, right? Understanding something between danger and safety. That's what we do. That's what we do with the intellect. It's a brain. It's all about the brain. And intelligence is something else. Intelligence is much richer than the intellect. The intellect is part of the intelligence system, but it's the intelligence much more. Fundamentally, intelligence about really getting more information about your environment, really understanding your environment. And that's why we have Central Intelligence Agency, right? Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, is not about intellect. It's just about collecting information. So when you learn how to collect information about your body, about your breath, about your surrounding, without judging, without using intellect, you develop this very sharp instruments. That instrument tells you about your emotional states. So when anger, anxiety, jealousy, and all those what we call the unwholesome feeling comes out, instead of following it, you follow your body and your breath, because your body and your breath is part of your intelligence system. It actually reacts to it, but since you're not sensitive to your breath and your intelligence, it's like not sensitive to a early warning system that is inherent in your existence. Then you just follow those emotional trauma. And so here, a big part of what we do is really develop that sensitivity again, and so that we can rest a brain, right? Okay, now the second part, we're going to do some joint exercise. And again, it's really about creating the harmony between the yin and the yang, the energy system within us. But when we're done, then we're going to do a metta meditation. And the meditation is also about resting your intellect. Try not to discriminate and let the internal energy, the positive energy come out. Okay. Last week I talked about awakening the sleeping giant. That's what we're talking about here. And since we're doing the metta meditation at the end of this next series of exercise, we're going to learn how to do metta to ourselves. Okay, so we're going to combine the joint exercise with loving kindness to ourselves. I want you to focus on your body again. Recognize your body as your life partner. Be very appreciative of this body. The body is in desperate need of loving kindness. A body that has no loving kindness is like a family that has no love. A family that has no love creates children that are a problem society. We see too many of those in prisons. A body that has no love creates cancer cells that needs to survive on its own. And so I want you to learn how to give that positive energy to the body. Think about yourself as a body whisperer, whispering to your body. Be very appreciative of this body. I want you to bring out your loving kindness to this body. Focus on your hand, bring up your hand. Focus on your wrist. And as you do the joint exercise, focus on the joint. Be very kind, very loving to your body. Be very compassionate to your body, providing relief to any pain in your body. I talk about chronic inflammation. And the joint exercise actually exercise a lot of the pressure points, important energy points on your wrist, on your elbow, on your shoulder. And by exercising, you're actually creating a free flow of energy again, reducing the chronic inflammation. So if you have any kind of pain in your body coming from arthritis, coming from carpal tunnel, coming from your frozen shoulder, and joint exercise actually helps that by creating free flow of energy in your body. I want you to reverse, keep focusing on your body, loving kindness, compassion, empathy, one joint at a time, one rotation at a time. And then now bring your hands down, focus on your shoulder again, open your shoulder, focus on the center of your palm again, bring it up, And going from the wrist to the elbow, rotating the elbow one rotation at a time. Keep focusing on your elbow, showing the love and kindness to your body, the compassion and the empathy, one joint at a time, as if you're talking to your body, whispering to your body. And now we're going to reverse. Keep focusing on your body, healing your body with compassion. And now bring your hands down. Open that shoulder again. We're going from the wrist to the elbow to the shoulder now. Focus on the center of your palm. Bring up your hand, crossing your hand. Bring it slowly all the way to the top of the head. Stretch. Now imagine you have two walls on the side. As you come down, I want you to rotate your wrists as if you're touching the walls with the center of your palm. And then I want you to relax. Start from zero again. Bring it back up. Focusing on your body. Stretch. Come down, open your shoulder, feel your shoulder, relax. Up, stretch, open the shoulder, feel your shoulder. Up again one last time. Stretch, open, relax. Now go the other way. Open first, stretch, and keep in mind that what you're doing is you're relieving pain and suffering on your body. You do all that because of the compassion to your body. Stretch down, open the shoulder. One last time, stretch, and then down. Open the shoulder again. Relax, focus on the center of your palm, bring it up. All the way back, as far back as you can. Open the shoulder, feel the pain in your shoulder. Now it's time to practice empathy. Do not judge your body. Accept that pain and then let go of the pain. Don't let that pain go into suffering. Relieve the pain. Accept it. Let it go. Come back to the center of palm. One last time. Open and then relax. Sit up straight. Hands in the back, as far back as you can. Bring it up. Stretch down. All the way back. Up. Stretch and then down. One last time. All the way back. Stretch. And come down with the center of your palm. Relax. Focus on your breathing. Back to the restorative, one breath at a time. I know I'm breathing in. I know I'm breathing out. Okay, now we're going to do 3 more exercises. After that, then we're going to learn how to do metta meditation. Metta means loving kindness. Okay, open the shoulder, relax. This is called the double blade. Hang on. Okay, double blade. First blade, second blade. Now we're going to separate the left hand from the right hand, separating the left brain from the right brain. Focus on the right palm without moving your left hand. Make a circle in the front. And then now make a circle in the back. Feel your pain on the shoulder. Accept that pain. And then let go of the pain. When you feel it, I want you to feel it with your body as if your body is your partner. Feel it, accept it, and then let it go. Sit up straight. Open. Feel it, accept it, and then let it go. Let it go means focus, anchoring your mind onto the center of your palm, okay? Feel it, accept it, and then let it go. Come back to the center of your palm, sit up straight. 2 more times. Open, feel it, accept it, and then let it go. One last time. All the way around. Feel it, accept it, and then let it go. Back to the breathing, focusing on your restorative. One breath at a time. One breath at a time. You notice that I'm swallowing my salivas all through the class. You would think that for an hour and a half, I'm exercising with you, I'm talking, and my mouth should be dry. And sometimes it is. I have water in front of me just in case. But most of the time it's not. Most of the time I'm full of saliva in my mouth because when I'm relaxed, right? It's very important, okay? Very important to follow that practice to really understand the 2 autonomous system. The fight or flight, you know you're in fight or flight when your mouth is dry. And then back to the rest and digest. right? And when you're back to the rest of the exercise, you still feel that your mouth is dry, then put the tip of the tongue behind here, close your mouth, let the saliva gland activate. Very important, okay? All right, the second exercise is a little bit more dynamic, but it's the same. We just want to focus on the body, providing relief to our body. Open your shoulder, relax, bring up your right hand, make a fist. Use your left hand to kind of anchor yourself onto your seat. Get ready. Up. Throw it out there. Back. Up. Back. Sit up straight. Down. Sit up straight. Down. Up. Up. Down. Down. One last time. Up. Up. Down. And down. And open your shoulder. Forward focus both hands. One. Feel the vibration coming back to your shoulder. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so this is a very important exercise. And when we say yang, it's the energy that is dominated by the sun. It's actually the energy that is coming into our body. The yin is when it goes out. Okay, so we talk about, for those of you who are new first time, sometimes I don't talk about this anymore because we've been together for so long. But basically, when we say qi, we talk about the energy, how the energy flows in your body in a 24-hour cycle. And so it comes in, it goes out, it comes in, it goes out. And we divide that into 12 meridians, 6 yin, 6 yang, each one of them active for 2 hours. And that's how the energy cycles through our body. And we're going to do one last exercise. This is all about compassion and loving kindness to your body. And this exercise actually activates the vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve is where all your physical and emotional trauma is being trapped, and actually starts at the bottom of your neck to the spine, your shoulder, and then all the way to the inside of your organ. So we're going to combine stretching exercise, joint exercise with breathing exercise. Okay, so let's just go back to a sitting posture. Open your shoulder, relax your shoulder, sit up straight. And when you open the shoulder, there's 2 energy points here called the gated plow. I want you to put your thumb on that, roll up your fingers. Now let's go through the 4 postures. The first one, we lift up shoulder, lift up your elbow, and then lift up the upper torso as if we're bringing the shoulder to our ears. The second is when we point the elbows back, open the shoulder all the way as if we're squeezing a tennis ball, right, in between our shoulder blade. The third is when we relax, we point the elbow downward, completely relaxed. The fourth is when we point the elbow forward, and now we're hunching. We're looking down at the floor. Okay. Now, as we lift up we look up to the camera. As we open our shoulder, we look up at the ceiling. As we come down, we look straight ahead again. And then now we come back to the front. Now we're going to coordinate with the deep breathing. As we bring up our elbow, we're going to breathe in. As we open, we relax. As we come down, we breathe out. Back. As we come up, we breathe in. As you breathe in, I want you to feel the fresh air coming in through your nostril. I want you to be very, very grateful to this body. Breathe out. Breathe in. Be very grateful to this body. Open. And then as you breathe out, I want you to accept this body as it is. Accept it as it is. Don't try to judge your body. Open your shoulder. Breathe in. Come down. Breathe out. Breathe in. Open. 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 Breathe out. Breathe in, open, breathe out. Breathe in. We're going to do 2 more times, okay? Open and then breathe out. Breathe in, lift up your body, open, and then breathe out, completely relax. One last time. Breathe in, lift up your body, relax, open, breathe out, and then lower your hand. Focus on your body, relax. Be very grateful to this body. Be very forgiving, accepting to this body. Treat it as your partner. Now we're going to learn how to do metta meditation. Metta meditation is also about resting your intellect, resting your brain, and try not to discriminate and try to accept the world as it is and be a being as much as being a human. Just be with your universe, okay? If you join a circle and you will see every once in a while I post some thoughts and on that. And one of the guru that I really enjoy is actually the living guru right now. And the other day he has something, either I forgot whether it's new or old, but what doesn't matter. And he talks about the relationship between yoga and quantum physics, both of which I'm very fond of. Now, when he talks about yoga, again, he's not talking about Americanized yoga. He's not talking about, hatha yoga all by itself. He's talking about hatha yoga as part of the 8 limbs. So it's actually a spiritual practice. And it's not different from the Buddhist practice, right? Buddha himself was a yogi, right? So, and he talks about quantum physics, something called quantum entanglement. This is the word that the scientist uses because it's something that they couldn't understand. They know that there's an atom here. They know that there's an atom here. They don't understand how they can communicate, because when something happens here, it also happens here. This is something that they're struggling with. So they call it entanglement. Entanglement, as if there's some kind of entanglement between them. They just don't understand it. But the guru, he used a different word. He said, no, this is not about entanglement. This is about coherence. This is about coherence, okay? Because the scientists are struggling with something, which is how does the information travel from here to here? And what the guru says is that you don't need to travel when you're everywhere. You only need to travel when you're somewhere. You only need to worry about your suffering when you're somebody. But when you're nobody or when you're everybody, then there's no such thing. You are one of the same. So loving kindness, compassion, empathy, and then equanimity is a practice. It's called the practice of the 4 immeasurables. It's a state of enlightenment where you are everywhere. You're everywhere because you're one with everyone. And so that's what we're trying to practice here and that's when you become enlightened, that you're no longer an individual, worry about your own safety, your whatnot, but you're everyone. You're just there. You're the energy. Okay, so this is kind of off the track, but the point is that's the source of positive energy. That's the source of positive energy. So here, what we want to do is learn to do that, learn to tap into that. All the entanglement, all the stress and all that we feel, right? That we feel, we just want to let go of that and focus on that. Focus on that energy. Now, I deal with lots of people that have negative thoughts, right? Negative thoughts, negativity, and I equate that to an addiction. It's actually an addiction. We're actually addicted to those bad feelings. No, that's not possible. How could I be addicted to a bad feeling? You are. You actually like it. You actually like anger, jealousy, anxiety. You like it. You're addicted to it. You just don't know it. So when I deal with people, especially those in prisons who have, most of them have a long history of addiction, whether it's alcohol or to drugs, I talk about those as physical addiction, right? There's a way to deal with that. But in addition to that, there's spiritual addiction, emotional addiction, and we're here to provide some relief of that. But they're the same. They're the same. There's the 12 steps that applies to alcohol and drug addiction applies also to the emotional addiction. And the first step is let go. Let go. You can't. You can't help yourself. But God can. You say, God, what are we talking about? God as you know her. Any name you give her is fine. Just focus on that positive energy and let go. Just let go. Be with that positive energy and let that positive energy heal you of your addiction. So I want you to come back to the body. Focus on your body. Stretch your spine. Open your shoulder. And now I want you to focus on your eyelid. You see those black cloud on your eyelid? You see those bright color, shiny? Those are your addiction. Those are your trauma. But I want you to see past that. I want you to see the light behind that. I want you to focus on that bright light. And I want you to identify that light with the positive energy, the source of all positive energy. You don't have to give her a name, but if you want, you can give her a name that is familiar to you. I happen to call her God as I know her. I want you to focus on her. I want you to ask for loving kindness, compassion, and empathy. I want you to focus on the positive energy on yourself, bringing that positive energy onto yourself. May I be relieved of all animosity and negative energy. May I be relieved of all physical suffering. Focus on the light. May I be relieved of all physical suffering. May I be protected with positive energy, be peaceful, be healthy, and be happy. I want you to accept that positive energy, be thankful to that positive energy, and be one with the positive energy. I want you to do the same to all the other beings to the world. Give them the positive energy. But I want you to focus, find someone that you can focus on. It could be a family member who's in hospital. Could be a family member who's bedridden. Could be someone, your children, your grandchildren you haven't seen for a long time. Anyone in your family that you feel that really is deserving of your positive energy today. Could be your neighbor. Could be someone who's working as a first responder, dedicate their life to keep us in safety. Could be our soldiers protecting us. Could be someone that is totally unrelated to us, who's actually out there suffering. Could be animal, little animal that are in the forest. In Canada, they still have great fires. Could be in Vermont where they have flood. Animals are suffering there too. People are suffering. Could be in the war zone in Ukraine. Animal, human being suffering. These people deserve, these beings deserve your loving kindness. It could even be someone who has been bad to you, who has caused you great amount of pain. They too are suffering. And I wonder if you can find it within yourself to give them some of that relief. Treat them all the same. Let go of the intellect. Just feel them. Feel them. They're out there waiting for your positive energy. I want you to focus on the light once again. Identify that light as you like it, as you like to. I call her the God as I know her. I want to deliver my positive energy to her. And together we can provide that positive energy to all the beings in the world. May all beings be relieved of animosity and negative energy. May all beings be relieved of mental suffering. May all beings be relieved of physical suffering. May all beings be protected with loving kindness, compassion, empathy, and equanimity. May all beings be peaceful, be healthy, and be happy. I want you to chant with me. I don't want you to worry about the meaning of those words. Those words are magical. They actually resonate with your inner positive energy. I want you to chant as if they come out from your abdomen. I want you to put your hands together, palm touching the palm, fingers touching the fingers. This is a mudra that represents our humbleness, our respect, and our gratitude. Keep focusing on the light. Keep sending out positive energy to all beings in the universe. Sabi Sata Abhaya Sabi Sata Namaste. Nama means the mind. It's the opposite of Rupa. Rupa means the body. The mind in its most inner core is the positive energy that we talk about. It's the loving kindness, it's the compassion, it's the empathy, and the equanimity. That's what Nama means. Namaste means may my compassion meet with your compassion. May my loving kindness meet with your loving kindness. That's what it means. Okay? And so the key, for those of you who are new, the key to super aging comes down to three things. The most important thing is what we call ABC, always be compassionate. The second is about restoring the harmony between the yin and the yang and learn how to manage your stress hormone, the cortisol. The, and then the last one is about exercising, enhancing your chi, right, without exhausting your essence, right? Those are the three. And you should practice loving kindness 24 hours a day. It's easy. It's not that hard. So every once in a while, my wife and I, we have to dog sit. So for this 2 weeks, we're dog sitting for our niece. So he's here. Oh, he's actually running around somewhere. And so we have to walk him twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening, which is very enjoyable. But I noticed that there are many people who walk the dogs. They don't smile. They don't even greet you. They just go like this, right? Or they walk across the street. They don't say, "Good morning, how are you? Hope you well. Have a great day." They don't say that. Nobody does that anymore. It is so simple. It is so simple. Meet people with a smile. That's number one. And if you have to make a speech, you have to say something nice. That's number two. Number three is harder. When you have a choice, choose to think good thoughts, think positive. That's it. That's it.
That's the whole key to super aging. Okay, so now we're going to go to the floor and we're going to start with some joint exercise once again. Now we just finished a whole bunch of joint exercise on the upper body. So now we're going to do for the lower body. And the wrists are the toes, the fingers are the toes, the wrists are the ankle, the elbow is the knee, and the shoulder is the hip. Okay, same thing, huh? So we're going to work on the knee. One, focus on the knee. Two, three, four, and five. The other way. One, two, three, four, and five. Okay, now we're going to work on the heel. The heel is like the wrist, okay? So right foot forward, heels up. One, two, three, four, and five. Now go the other way. One, two, three, four, and five. Okay, now left foot forward, heels up. One, two, three, four, and five. The other way. One, two, three, four, and five. Now, usually we would do the toes also, but today part of the breathing exercise has exercise for the toes. So we're going to skip that and jump right into the breathing exercise. Now, the breathing exercise is actually very important. We alternate this from week to week. Last week we did YJJ, Jing. This week we do breathing exercise. So the breathing exercise is actually a meditation. It's just meditation in motion, okay? Mindfulness in motion. So you do the exercise as if you're meditating. You need to anchor your mind, and I want you to anchor it on the center of your palm. I want you to bring it up, following the center of your palm. I want you to bring it to your body. I want you to lower your palm and lower your knees at the same time. Then stand up, focusing on your palm. One, two, three, four. One is to breathe in. Two is to relax. Three is to breathe out. Four is to relax. Breathe in, focusing on the center of your palm. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, breathe in and then crossing your hands in front. Breathe out. Stop. Breathe in. Bring it towards your body. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now I want you to stand up straight. And now I want you to anchor your mind onto the bottom of your feet. We sit like the bell, we stand like the pine tree. So the feet has to be firmly on the ground as if you're growing roots. The rest of the body is the rest of the tree has to be flexible. So I don't want you to lock your knee, just loosen up your knee. I want you to open your shoulder, relax the shoulder. I want you to relax the forehead, relax the eyelid. Bring your head back, ears on top of the shoulder. Tuck in your chin, so you're looking straight down. You can actually see the floor. I don't want you to shut your eye. Just relax your eyelids so you can see the floor. Now I want you to focus on your breath, anchoring your mind onto your breath, one breath at a time. We're going to stand for 1 minute. I know I'm breathing in. I know I'm breathing out. Okay, open your eyes. The second form called balloon breathing. So right foot forward. I want you to lean back. So you're looking at the ceiling. Notice that the toes on the right foot is pointing to the ceiling. I want you to bring up your hand, focus on the center of your palm, lean forward. So now you're looking at the floor. Notice that the heel on the left foot is up. Bring it back. Toes are up, looking at the ceiling. And as you lean forward, I want you to breathe in. Close your mouth. As you lean back, I want you to breathe out. Breathe in. 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 Breathe out. One last time. Focus on the center of your palm. Follow your hand. Breathe in. Follow your hand. Breathe out. Now bring down your hand. And now anchor your mind onto the bottom of your feet. Bring it back. 1, 2, okay. And then focus on your body. The feet are nice and firm. The rest of the body is relaxed. Relax the knee, relax the shoulder, relax the forehead, relax the eyelid. Now focus on your breath, one breath at a time. I know I'm breathing in. I know I'm breathing out. Okay, open your eyes. Now do the left side. Left foot forward. Get ready. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Don't rush this, okay? Just follow your hand. Breathe out very gently. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, one last time. Follow your hand. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lower your hand. 1, 2. Calibrate your body. Focus on your breath, one breath at a time. I know I'm breathing in. I know I'm breathing out. Okay, open your eyes. So I mentioned that there's three functions, three benefits to this set of exercise. The first one is that it's a meditation. It combines both mindfulness in motion and then mindfulness in steady state. The second is that it actually train your body into abdominal breathing. Okay, and we already talked about the benefit of that, especially this one called butterfly. This is actually quite challenging, both from a physical standpoint and from a mental standpoint. So the key is to focus on the center of your palm. Bring it down, the knees goes down. Bring it back up, the heels go up. You're standing on your toes, following your hand, back of the hand touching. As you come down, gently breathe in. Relax. As you go up, breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Don't look down, okay? Look straight ahead. Focus on the center of your palm. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One last time. Follow your hand. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now follow your hand, bring it down, lower your knee, and then we're going to stand for another minute. Focus entirely on your breath. You should be able to do this for 1 minute, okay? Just focus on your breath. One breath at a time. Okay, open your eyes. So now we're to the fourth form. And so I talked about three benefits. The last benefit is that the exercise actually delivers oxygen to your vital organ. You can especially feel it here. So bring your hands out as if you're pulling a water wheel. And the key here is to follow your hand. Don't think, don't use your intellect. Just feel your body as you come down. Feel your body as you come up. And then look straight ahead and then push. Bring it in. Bring it back out. As you bring in, breathe in. No thinking here. And then breathe out. Just feel your body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Focus on the center of your palm. Follow the center of your palm. Nowhere else. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Wax on. Wax off. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One last time. Follow your hand. Breathe in. Breathe out. Follow your hand. Come back. Now anchor onto the bottom of your feet. Stand properly. Calibrate your body. 1 minute. Focus entirely on your breath. One breath at a time. Okay, open your eyes. Now we're going to do the left side, left foot forward. You notice that I use the heel and the toe. Huh? I just, okay, like this. Huh? All right, get ready. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, now try to do this on your own. Okay, one last time. Breathe in, breathe out. Back. We're going to stand for 1 more minute. This is the last time we're going to stand. Okay, open your eyes. Now to the last one. The last one is less about abdominal breathing and more about relieving what's called the adrenal fatigue. So when you put yourself under stress all day long for so long, what happens is that the adrenal gland actually loses its effectiveness. So when you need stress hormone, you actually don't have it. And so when people have lightheaded or they have ringing in the ear, it's all because of that. You don't have the stress hormone to equalize your body, right? When you move, you change your center of gravity. You're supposed to change your heart's supposed to react to it to give you more oxygen. It doesn't know how to do that anymore. So this is all about adrenal fatigue. So first what we're going to do is we're going to massage right here. Okay, bring your hands up a little bit. This is where your kidney and adrenal glands are, and just relieve stress from this area. And then the next 3 exercise is to help that. And if you're here for the first time, you're not really sure if you can do this, put a chair next to you. You might get lightheaded. Okay, open your shoulder, relax your shoulder, take a deep breath, breathe in, open your knee, breathe out, push forward, and then breathe in, stand up, push back, and then relax. Second time, breathe out, stretch forward, breathe in, stand up, and then stretch back, and then relax. One more time, breathe out, forward, stand up, breathe in, backward, and then relax. Completely relax. Now we're going to sit for 7 minutes. So we're going to walk back to a chair, anchoring our mind onto the bottom of your feet. Now, when we get close to a sitting position, we anchor our mind onto the center of your palm. We feel with the center of your palm. And as you sit down, you feel your butt. And now we're going to sit for 7 minutes. And the first time we sit for 7 minutes, we focus on knowing and anchoring. So now we're going to go from anchoring to contemplation, meaning that we don't actually have to put our mind on any one particular place. We just put our mind on a breath. And after the breathing exercise, our breath is very pronounced, very easy to observe. Contemplation means observation without judging. We don't judge our breath. We just observe our breathing as it is. I want you to imagine going back to the ocean somewhere, looking at the beach. I want you to remember observing the wave. The wave comes up and the wave goes back. Try to synchronize your breath with the wave. When you know that you're breathing in, it's as if the waters are rising. When you know that you're breathing out, it's as if the waters are receding back to the ocean. As the water comes up, you notice that it comes all the way up and then it stops, as if the whole world is waiting for the ocean. And then eventually it recedes back into the ocean. And then it stops again, and then the water will rise. I want you to let go of your breathing. Just observe your breathing as if it's just a wave. When you know that you're breathing in, keep focusing on the in breath. It actually comes to a stop before it goes to exhale. And then as soon as it exhale, it's that water goes back to the ocean. And there's an end to the exhaling, and then it stops. So I want you to find that space, relax, and just observe that wave, observe your breath. Relax so much that you can actually see the space between the in breath and the out breath, and between the out breath and the in breath. Okay? Try to do that for 7 minutes. Relax and just observe your breathing. Look for that space in between. Now open your eyes. So I talk about the first 3 steps of the mindfulness practice, which can actually come in mindfulness in motion as well as mindfulness in sitting or standing or lying down, right? So all 4 postures. This mindfulness is starting at knowing, anchoring, contemplation, and then eventually to emancipation, where you are being relieved of this bondage that we call the body. And all that is just to explore our dimensions of existence. So here we talk about dimensions of existence being the body, the energy, or what we call qi, and the mind. That's actually an abstraction, a simplification of the yogic tradition, the North Indian tradition, where they separate our dimension existence in 5. The first one is the body. It's just the food that we consume, that we borrow from the universe. And when we die, we have to return it, every single atom. Then the second one is what we call the intellect. That's the brain. The middle is the energy. And the Chinese abstract that into the 12 meridians. But the original concept of energy is called nadi, 72,000 nadis. The intercept of that is called a chakra. Then there's 2 more. There's something called identity. I identify myself as a person of color, as a male. I identify myself with the color of the state. I identify myself with certain sexual orientation. I identify myself with my body shape. I identify myself with all kinds of crazy things. But that's just identity. But if you can let go of all that, then you're left with something called the bliss body. That's when you are not somewhere, but you're everywhere. That's when you're not somebody, but you're everybody. That's the ultimate release, ultimate enlightenment. And that's what the Guru calls quantum coherence, not quantum entanglement, quantum inherence, because now you're everybody and you're everywhere. That's the reason for loving kindness, compassion, empathy, and equanimity, because you are everybody. There's no somebody anymore. Okay, so with that, let's do a little bit of quickly massage. There's an energy point right here between the index finger and the middle finger. This is a very important energy point, and this actually, just doing that would help you sleep, relieve yourself of a lot of your mental trauma. Okay, just do that. Now, I want you to put in front of your eye. Don't touch your eyeball, just feel the heat and then back again. Now, this energy point is the only energy point in the entire body that can give out energy. And you know how babies, when they drink mother's milk, there's actually an exchange of enzyme, so that the mother knows what kind of medicine the baby needs. Well, this is similar. Your eyes look at your energy. Energy looks at eye. It actually adjusts the frequency. Okay, so your eyes can change it, absorb the right kind of energy. One last time. And then now put that on your temple. Massage your temple. Massage the side of the face. Massage the front of the face. Massage your forehead. Your big brain, responsible for your intellect. And then the back of your brain, responsible for all your memory. And the little brain, responsible for all your motor functions. Back again. Okay. We're 10 minutes over time. All right. So be blessed with health, with peace, and with happiness. I'll see you all next week. Bye bye. OK，我哋星期一見。
OK，多謝 Dennis 師兄。
OK，拜拜。
拜。